My teammates, that's what I do.
That is a byproduct of the referees not having done their jobs.
Protecting the star player of the WNBA.
She's not wrong. She's right about it.
This isn't just a sports story. It's a loyalty story, a branding story, a power move. Because when Sophie stood up for Caitlin, she didn't just protect a teammate, she unlocked a future that no one saw coming.
We kind of got some flow when Kate was hurt and our offense was clicking, but now we have to have a new offense when she's in there.
Just when it seemed like the story couldn't grow any further, Sophie Cunningham took her rising fame to another level. And she didn't even need a basketball in her hands to do it, Clark, when no one else did.
Sophie Cunningham said,
I think that everyone saw that we kind of got some flow when Kate was hurt and our offense was clicking, but now we have to have a new offense when she's in there because she just brings that much to the game. And so we have to adjust. And I think all of us just want it now.
Sophie Cunningham went on the record saying, and give the damn ball to Caitlin.
And now she's gone viral and just got offered a spot in pro wrestling because of it.
Sophie Cunningham has set the record straight about this Indiana Fever offense.
One moment changed everything. If you stand with CaitlinClark 100%, comment below.
Ring, and then, I don't care. Pick up a chair and crack somebody over the skull with it.
Could Arby's launch a campaign around her next game day look?
Sophie Cunningham hitting the ring while eating Arby's roast beef.
None of these things were even imaginable a month ago. Now they're entirely possible, and it's all because she had CaitlinClark's back. The broader message here is undeniable. In a sports world often driven by selfishness, branding, and ego.
Wasn't it like, how many people? There was a lot of people from Indiana on there.
Hell yeah, it was like their whole starting five was in the top. Their whole starting five was in.
And show your support.
But the biggest name in professional basketball today, CaitlinClark. And CaitlinClark has an enforcer.
It all started during a heated matchup against the Connecticut Sun. CaitlinClark, already the biggest name in women's basketball, had been taking hit after hit.
Sophie Cunningham has come out and called it out. And of course, where Cunningham fully embraced her enforcer role for this team.
The fouls weren't just aggressive, they were personal. Game after game, Clark was being targeted. And the silence from officials and league leadership only made it worse. But in that moment, one teammate finally said enough was enough. Sophie Cunningham didn't just defend Caitlin.
What?
Like,
Man,
come on,
I'm stuttering. Like, come on, G. Like, let's just state the fact.
Like,
bro.
it's
You
folks
talking
coming
about
off.
state the
Like,
fact,
come on, bro. You got folks coming off of her bench, like off of their bench. That's in that top 40, bro. Like, her influence is crazy. Like, you can't even hate on it because it's like,
You got motion.
you got like real deal motion.
You got motion, bro.
Real deal motion, bro. She got real deal motion.
Sophie Cunningham reminded us that sometimes it's the person who stands in the background and says, "You're not going to mess with her," who ends. She made a statement.
She defended her superstar teammate CaitlinClark with a flagrant foul and subsequent skirmish against the Connecticut Sun in June.
When a Sun player went too far, Sophie stepped in with force, delivering a hard foul that let everyone know CaitlinClark wasn't alone anymore. The reaction was instant. Fans erupted, social media blew up, and Sophie was quickly dubbed Caitlin's enforcer.
The second most popular player on this team. By the end of that game, she was known as...
Decision may have made her the most marketable teammate CaitlinClark will ever have.
We would love to have Sophie Cunningham join us at WOW Superheroes. Sophie Cunningham, the second most popular player on this team.
Fans see it, brands see it, and most importantly, so does Caitlin. Because loyalty like that doesn't go unnoticed. And in the end, that may be Sophie's greatest stat of all.
When last year, after CaitlinClark got poked in the eye, dirty Dejanay Carrington and Alyssa Smith got on IG and made us mocking CaitlinClark.
The Fever.
Lynn's Wayne Gretzky.
She's the Marty McSorley to the Wayne Gretzky, and she's a stunning athlete.
A throwback to the NHL legend who protected his superstar with brute force. That analogy stuck because it fit. Cunningham wasn't just stepping up. She was taking on a role that no one else in the Fever locker room seemed willing to embrace.
She makes sure that CaitlinClark is safe on the basketball floor. We would love to have Sophie in WOW.
And in doing so, she connected with millions of fans who saw what was happening to Caitlin and were waiting for someone, anyone, to finally stand up for her. That leagues wish they could manufacture, but it can't be faked. That's why Sophie stands out. Look around the league now. Other players are trying to go viral.
Sophie Cunningham, the second most popular player on this team. We would love to have Sophie Cunningham join us at WOW Superheroes.
Some post thirst traps, others post cryptic tweets. But Sophie didn't need gimmicks. She went viral because she did the right thing, and the fans felt it. She earned the kind of clout that influencers beg for. Not because she begged for attention, but because she showed real heart. And that heart continues to drive conversation. Teammate who truly had CaitlinClark's back when it counted most.
At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back.
Sophie Cunningham's fierce loyalty on the court didn't just win her the admiration of CaitlinClark's fans. It caught the attention of some very powerful people far beyond basketball. Just days after her enforcer moment went viral, Sophie received an unexpected but incredible offer. A position with Women of Wrestling, WOW, an all-female pro wrestling organization co-owned by none other than Jeannie Buss.
Ever heard?
Was shaking her head like, nah, you flopped. That is crazy work, man.
CaitlinClark, and you can tell she's talking about being mentally beat down. We also know she's physically beat down. Why does this keep happening? And look, it's not just the Fever. It's not just Caitlin. There's a bunch of players across the leagues that's been speaking out against this.
But instead of backlash, she got support. And now she's reaping the benefits from it in ways no one predicted. The irony? Sophie's breakout wasn't built on stats. It wasn't a trip. The offer came during San Diego Comic-Con, one of the biggest media stages in the country.
Speaking at the panel at the San Diego Comic-Con,
where WOW announced their upcoming season under Paramount Global. At the panel, WOW's co-owner and founder David McLean openly praised Sophie Cunningham, stating she would be a perfect fit for the world of wrestling. But it wasn't just about athleticism, it was about character. McLean specifically cited the incident during the Connecticut Sun game, the exact moment Sophie put her body on the line to protect CaitlinClark.
Yeah, slam her to the floor. Slam her through the floor. Y'all want to play dirty? Sophie
It's exactly what women's sports needs. It wasn't forced. It wasn't scripted. It was just real. And it worked. But underneath the humor and hype, there's something far more serious going on here. Sophie's rise is proving something bigger. People respect loyalty. Fans are sick of fake drama, empty statements, and quiet locker rooms, while stars like CaitlinClark are targeted and dragged through unnecessary contact game after game. Sophie didn't play it safe. She made a choice that could have cost her minutes, fines, or public backlash.
Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham said the WNBA...
Cunningham off the floor right now. We're clapping her off the floor. She's getting high-fived off the floor right now.
JC Sheldon is guarding CaitlinClark. She swipes her in the eyeball.
Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham steps up, grabs her, knocks her down, gets a flagrant 2 for this. They end up calling.
Look at Sophie. She's waiting for it. She's waiting for it, fam. And then I see why Allen got kicked out. Allen went for the throw.
This was all game, folks. All game. CaitlinClark and the Indiana Fever were getting checked all game.
Sophie tries to wrap her up, and Sheldon gets to the floor, and all hell breaks loose.
Her jersey is the number one.
She had become a cultural figure, someone people talked about, memed, praised, and debated. All because of one thing, her unapologetic stance beside the most talked about player in women's basketball. It's not hard to see why brands are suddenly paying attention. Arby's was the first to jump in. Whether or not it was an official sponsorship, their name got more attention in one day from Sophie's walk-in than from most of their campaigns combined.
There she is right there. Let's just bring this up. Over at Tater Report, there she is right there. Hot girls eat Arby's. I would assume this is some kind of sponsorship with art.
Because Sophie Cunningham stood up for CaitlinClark.
That single act of defiance and grit made Sophie marketable, magnetic, and, most importantly, a figure of strength. WOW wasn't just impressed by her basketball talent. They were drawn to her fearlessness, her fight, and her willingness to stand up when others stayed silent. Jeannie Buss herself was quoted saying, "She is talented, dedicated, and a fierce competitor."
She is talented, dedicated, and a fierce competitor.
And let's be honest, when a